Ladbrokes is home of the Punchestown Festival. In all Irish shops, we're going money back on all losers if the SP5 wins the first race of the day. We're offering money back if your runner finishes second to the SP5 in all other Punchestown races, and best odds guaranteed on single and multiple bets each day from shop opening right up until the first Punchestown race. Ladbrokes, proud sponsors of the Punchestown Festival. Over 18s, T's and C's apply. Ladbrokes is home of the Punchestown Festival. In all Irish shops, we're going money back on all losers if the SP5 wins the first race of the day. We're offering money back if your runner finishes second to the SP5 in all other Punchestown races, and best odds guaranteed on single and multiple bets each day from shop opening right up until the first Punchestown race. Ladbrokes, proud sponsors of the Punchestown Festival. Over 18s, T's and C's apply.
GreenhouseBeardCompany.com.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
All right, here we are. Another special edition of Wise Podcast. Sponsored by the great people at the Greenhouse Beard Company. You know what to do. Go check them out today. GreenhouseBeardCompany.com. Get you some oils, shirts, beard wash, comb. Get all of it. Package deals. There are no deals, but get you some package deals. I'm your boy, your mom's favorite, the talk of Mississippi, Johnny F. Beard. And with me, as all... Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We don't have Mr. Motherfucking Green with us today. It's a special show. I don't even know if I remember how to do this. Let me see if I can think of something real quick, because it's been a minute.
At least 4 years.
At least. And let's see. Now, you were on the Mic Check podcast, which didn't last long, so we can't count that. Yep. You have been a guest on YS the podcast, but yep. That went haywire, so I'm not going to count that either.
Okay. It was a little crazy.
It was. We had a bad setup. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to keep it short and simple. With me today, the man, I'm going to say majority owner of CCW. You're probably not majority owner, but today you are majority owner, all right?
Okay. I'm not, yes, you're correct. I am not. I am the...
You're going to correct me.
It's easier to say I'm just the booker of CCW. I keep on the side.
Yeah, you're just being humble. This man, the one, the only, Jason the Brain Wells. Now, see, for everybody who's not familiar with this, let me give you a little breakdown of this. Me and this guy go way back. Now, years ago, we did have a hit podcast called The Brain on Wrestling.
That's pretty good.
It was damn good. It was hot. But now, if I could get YS the podcast on the level of The Brain on Wrestling, that'd be great. But
dude, we had some guests, man.
We did. I mean, you lined them up, we knocked them down. But we're doing this special today, getting ready for the big show this Saturday. For the CCW Supershow 3. It's going to be bigger than WrestleMania. No? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that.
WrestleMania was to me. How about that?
I'm going to rephrase this. This thing's going to be more entertaining than WrestleMania.
That's a good chance that could be true.
It's very true. Very true. As long as you don't have that shit going for 7 hours, we're good, man.
Well, I don't think 7. Maybe 4, but not 7.
See, I can do 4. A wrestling big event or a wrestling pay-per-view, 4 hours I think is the max. But you start pushing 7. I don't know if anybody checked that out. There's probably one time a year I'll come back to wrestling. And that's WrestleMania and the Raw after WrestleMania. And
which Raw was WrestleMania was good, I thought.
It was decent. I was just too long for me.
Yeah, I could see that. the Raw after was terrible.
Oh, it was. I definitely I didn't even watch all of Raw because I'm telling you, anybody who has followed the stuff we've done, Raw after WrestleMania. I mean, those crowds just it didn't matter what you could have two dogs just out there looking at each other. The crowd just made the show, and I think they were just too tired from WrestleMania.
I mean, that could be 100% true.
All right. So enough of that. We're not even doing this to even discuss this. I'm trying to get everything going. Like it's been a while, so we got to get it moving like we used to. So you've got the Super Show going.
Yeah.
Now, I told you when we talked the other day, I'm not even surprised at the success you were having doing this, because anybody who knows you while we were growing up always said that this is what he needs to be doing. He needs to be taking care of the storylines, booking the talent, and making the shows happen. And we were out in the backyards doing the little backyard shit.
Mm-hmm. Trailers, wherever.
Yeah, we are wherever is correct.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at you. You're doing it. You got a successful independent wrestling organization running, bringing in good talent all the time.
Yeah.
And not only that, this is going to be the first internet pay-per-view that y'all have had?
This is the first. We've been on Fight TV before, like just our big shows have been on there, but it's been like recorded, edited, voiceovers by our Pro Wrestling Unscripted crew, which they do an awesome podcast too. Check them out. But they're awesome with it and helping out, and they did a lot of good work for the TV show. But this is the first time we get to do it live.
You nervous about that?
You know what? I of course. I mean, I don't see how you couldn't be nervous about it, because I mean, it is like it's anything could happen. The chances for technical difficulties, whatever, is always there. So you kind of got to be nervous about some of that. But the people that I have working the show, the talent, my roster, my team that we built to put on this show, I have 100% confidence in. That's
what I'm talking about. So, I've looked at the lineup for this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I talked to you, if we haven't talked in a while, we always talk around the time y'all have the Super Show.
Mm-hmm.
And every year, and this is just the third, and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Compared to the other ones that you have had, the other Super Shows that y'all have run, did you think you'd get to this level, talent wise?
I mean, yes and no. I think
it was your goal to get here, though, right?
Well, yeah. What makes it tough is you always feel like you got to do better every year. First year we had Colt Cabana here, who personally to me, some people love him, some people hate him. I think he's an icon in independent wrestling. He was here. We had a young, not really a young, but he wasn't to the peak where he's at right now, of Joey Ryan here. And then, of course, we had Jeff Cobb, who was mostly known for being the Monster Matanza off Lucha Underground, and now he is Ring of Honor television champion, has had great success. And then moving up to last year, I just knew that we were putting together a show, and I didn't know if I would ever be able to have the talent at the show that I had last year. With Hangman Page, Delirious, James Storm was there, Tommy Dreamer main evented the show, and I'm probably forgetting some guys. We had Thunder Rosa was there. I mean, just Dan the Beast Severin. we had so much talent there last year, just going in with our crew and having our show. That, like I said, I didn't think we would ever be like where we're at right now. But this show seems to matched it, and actually by ticket sales has surpassed every year.
Now, when I saw it, I was kind of shocked by it, and of course, I also didn't. I thought it would be just like one of the meet and greets, because you usually have that with older guys. But when I saw that you were actually going to have the Steiner brothers in a match, I was like, wow. How hard was it to get the Steiner brothers?
Dude, I tell you,
because I know you've worked with Scott before.
Yeah, I've had some stuff with Scott before and met him, and we worked a show together. But what happened, and it was kind of a strange little situation, but we had our show booked and we were there. I talked to one of the other owners, Ken Murphy, and Lee Montgomery, and the Comic-Con is always combined with this. And we were just talking. He said, you know what, I want to, I'm going to raise the ticket prices, which, I'm always one of those guys that kind of fight against it. I understand the premise in it, but I'm like, hey, if we're going to do it, let's make it above and beyond where people won't even question $25 for front row seat.
Right.
And I sold Ken on the idea of bringing in another talent. So we went through so many names. We were just looking for so many people, just going through stuff, and no one really fit. We could get other guys, but it didn't have that big money, that appeal. Because a lot of people don't know, to start out last year, we made an offer to Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, X-Pac, and Hulk Hogan to be at this show.
This one or the last one?
This one. We started last year negotiating and sending some stuff off. It didn't happen. But like that's pretty huge. I mean, when I'm looking for a show, a guy, a main event, a talent to bring in, I try to look everywhere and do different things. I like indie guys. I like former WWE, WCW, whatever. But we have a show on Facebook every Wednesday night called CCW Live. The guys on there and the girls, they talk about what's coming out for the next show. They promote, they answer questions. They just kind of have a regular like little talk show, almost like a radio show. You can call in. But one of the guys at the end of the show said, "Holler if you hear me," to one of the owners and to Ken. And I guess it just triggered something in my brain. And I started looking at it, and I was like, we have tag team champions in our company called the Wise Church, Reno Diamond, Carnage, I call them CA. They've been tag team champions for going on 9 or 10 months. And I was like, they don't have a particular opponent. I think we need to give them respect. Let's go out here and throw an offer to Scott and Rick and see if they, are willing to do it. And we waited probably about a week, 2 weeks, and it was the day of our March show, about 30 minutes before we opened the door, that we got confirmation that they were all in and willing to wrestle and do the meet and greet with the fans. So it was a process, but we got there.
Now, when you get some news like that, I'm pretty sure that you just can't let everybody know. There's just a small circle that needs to know about this so you can get everything set up. How hard is it sometimes to hold some of that stuff in I'm pretty sure you hold it in you have to hold it for more than a day or a week. But let's just say, how hard is it just to hold it for a day where you really just can't tell anybody?
That was tough. I mean, there are some guys I rely on. I talk to, I give them the information. Of course, I always open it up to the other owners, let them know what's going on. Cause I mean, it is a price tag that comes with these guys, no matter who it is. And, I just kind of go up with them and see what they're thinking. But with negotiation, I had the thought of like, hey, if we get the Steiner brothers, I need to be ready to announce it tonight, because it's only a month away and we need to start promoting. We have 300 plus people at the building right now for the show. I need to go ahead and announce that so these people know. So when it happened, I already had a plan in place to announce it. And it, just ended up working out really well. I mean, the photo, had like a crazy amount of, push on Facebook and Twitter with, kind of the same reaction you had. Oh, man, the Steiners are coming. That's crazy. So,
right.
But it is really hard to hold that in, especially if I would have found out like a week before. That would have been difficult to know that you got to wait to announce it. So.
Now, usually, if you go around and you look, of course, you've got all these small independent organizations who have these big shows, whether it be multiple times a year or just one big show a year. And I've noticed that if you look at it, they've got a lot of guys that they're bringing in that can draw a lot of people for them. And if you look at it, it's like, oh, crap, this guy's here, that guy's there. But a lot of them that come in, they're just coming in to show their face. But I've noticed with everything I've always seen CCW, if you bring one of those big names in that a lot of people grew up on, you're not just bringing them in just to bring them in and say, hey, how you doing? Most of the guys y'all bring in to get them to get in the ring and work.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of give and take. I mean, you fill out, like, some guys will not work, will not do it. And it's worth it to bring them to our fans so they get to meet them. Because really, I feel like there's other organizations that's close to us, but I think if it's someone cool, like even an independent guy that is getting a lot of traction, I want to bring them to the show and to the arena to meet the fans. But yeah, I always, first priority is like, hey, will they get in the ring? Will they wrestle? Would they do this? And some of the guys, have been yes, some of them have been no. And, just kind of what you deal with when you go with a little bit of older talent, that former WWE guys that, they've worked a lot in their day and have took a lot of bumps, and the payday for any really independent company to offer a big name talent is not going to match what they got paid for back in the day to really put their stuff on the line.
Now, when y'all getting something together, do you have maybe like a set number of, let's say, big name talent that you would bring in, and if they're not willing to work, it's like, all right, well, we'll bring in 3 of these guys just to do a meet and greet? Because I know you don't want to bring too many guys in just for the meet and greet, which is great because, I mean, a lot of the people will come for the meet and greet, but there's a high percentage that after that, it's not going to even stay for the show. So you don't.
And we ran into that. We had Jeff Hardy here, and he came in, he performed with his band, and I mean, we probably had 100 people show up to meet and greet, which is quite a bit. Paid meet and greet for like $40 or $50 to meet Jeff Hardy, get an autograph and picture, and a lot of them didn't stay for his concert afterwards. They just wanted to do the meet and greet with him, which is cool. Jeff put on a great show, but some of the fans, they just want what they're wanting, and that's kind of been our turnoff. I mean, we've had Kevin Nash probably lined up 2 years in a row. We made offers to him, and Kevin just doesn't want to wrestle. And I understand. I mean, would he want to blow out his knee and have to have surgery or hurt his chest, do something to injure himself in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, making, a portion of what he used to make? So that's one of those things too. It just hadn't been, and that might happen in the future. We just bring him in for a meet and greet, but it just hadn't happened right now. So
now, are y'all
Hall as well?
Are y'all still basically the only organization in Missouri right now?
I mean, there's other organizations up north towards St. Louis. There's another local organization that started up. There's a company right outside into Illinois who we work with sometimes, and we have a good relationship called Glory Pro Wrestling. They bring in great talent, and they have a great roster as well. We work with them. I go to some of their shows, and I mean, I think we're Harley Race is there, but I think we stack right up there with them. I mean, if you look at our attendance, I think it's right up there, 1 or 2 every month that we run.
Now, let's be honest. You can do it. You can say it here. I'm pretty sure not too many people will hear it, so I won't tell everybody. Okay. You can be completely honest with me. All right. Is there anybody around the area that even competes with CCW?
I think with the attendance and with the people coming in to, to have a a big name or whatever and draw a pretty big crowd. The only people would be Glory Pro to me. There's some good organizations that has good talent, but I think, like you said, when you're looking at just the numbers of monthly people every month, I think we're right up there, probably tops in Missouri or right up there with it.
Now, do those?
I think this show's going to be pretty big. Like the one Saturday, I'm thinking that we pre-sold more than we had. We had 650 people there last year, and I'm thinking we're going to have between 700 and 800 right now.
Now, these other organizations around, do they put on more shows than y'all put on?
Some of them do monthly. Some do like every 2 weeks, and there's even some that do a weekly. I think Harley is a monthly show that he runs, and a lot because of it's not like Tennessee where you can have a show every week and you can do, because there's definitely a cost for our company to get a building, to get the permit, to get the insurance, and not even count and the ring there, not even counting the talent or the video and movie, everything that we have that comes with our show. We're already down $1,100 before we sell one ticket. And that makes it tougher, than when you can run weekly and you don't have to, you have a building, you have all these other things that you don't need, that extra expense for.
Now, looking at the list of other guys that you're going to have on the show, I mean, I know some of them. Now, like I've always told you, and I mean, anybody who knows me, I don't follow the scene that much. But, I mean, with you being involved in it, I keep an eye out for it. And every time I have you on the show and every time I talk to you, I always tell you that anything that I've seen or paid attention to, I feel that your roster, indie-wise, is top-notch. I mean, take away the Ring of Honor and all that, but just local stuff, talent-wise, I see your guys everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel like great. I think when I started this, I didn't want just talent from one certain area. So reaching out, some have been luck. Some have been just people kind of falling in our lap, and we did some stuff with them and got them to that place where if you can get a guy that knows what he's doing and how to do it, you can get him to that spot to make him a star and to make him, a name. I know that, probably Marco Stunt has been probably one of our biggest, stars, have been our biggest homegrown star that we ever had. I mean, I brought him in as a manager, had him work a little bit doing this and that. He wrestled Austin Lane, which it's almost impossible to have a bad match with Austin Lane. And I just put him in positions to win, and he killed it every time he went out there. When I first met him, I think I told him that the other day that I actually went to Tennessee. I was doing a local show up in Tennessee, and I told the promoter, hey, there's a kid in Mississippi, and he's just refereeing right now, but he's training to be a wrestler. I think you could do something with him and get him away from that, let him wrestle more and more. And, so he ended up booking him, and it's kind of been just off to the pieces ever since. And, for him to be doing All In front of the biggest independent crowd, I think ever, for a show, selling out the Sears Center, with the Young Bucks and All Elite Wrestling and Cody. I mean, it's pretty awesome to see where he's been. I mean, wrestling all over the United States, going all these places. Super proud of him. Like we hang our hat on on Marco, and he represents us wherever he goes. And he tells everybody this is his home promotion, and I appreciate that.
How's he doing? Because he did get injured not too long ago, correct?
He is back. He returned at Joey Janela's spring break to defeat Joey Janela. and in a great match, hard-hitting match, and Marco got the win, and he's back ready to go. He'll be wrestling this Saturday.
Is this going to be the first time he wrestled in CCW since his injury?
Yes. This will be his first match back. Don't really know how many he'll have with us, but this will be his first match back for sure, and we'll keep him as long as we can.
All right, so we've gone through most of this show, and the only thing we've talked about is Marco and the Steiner brothers.
Yeah.
And like I keep saying, y'all got a big card, huge card.
Yeah.
Who else you got on the card that people should come out and just really check out?
I mean, of course, you have SCU that's coming in, and I know a lot of people are super excited to have them there. There's a tag team out of St. Louis called the Besties in the World, and in my opinion, they're the best unsigned tag team in the world right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were actually at the last show I attended. If I'm not mistaken, was last year's Super Show, and I was very impressed with them. Very, very
They're
impressed. Awesome. I agree. I'm surprised they haven't been signed yet.
Yeah, they're super talented. I mean, they started traveling all over the world doing their thing, and I mean they're killing it. And I like Davey Vega. Matt, I don't have that much relationship with because I just met him not too long ago. Seemed like an awesome dude. But Davey actually did our first CCW show ever that we had, and I really like Davey. He's always been a professional, and man, just to see where they become and what they've done is really cool for me to see that. And I wanted to give them a kind of an opportunity. I guess I put Davey in a match against Joey at the first Super Show, and then last year they did the 6-man, but this year I wanted them against SCU, the all elite stars, Scorpio Sky, Kazarian, Frankie Kazarian, former Ring of Honor tag team champions. Probably one of the best tag teams in the world. Period. They got to be right up there, top 5 for sure, I would say. And I'm super excited about that match with the Besties and SCU. Of course, Christopher Daniels versus the human highlight reel, Austin Lane, is going to be it's going to be one of those matches you can just sit back and just enjoy it because it's going to be a beautiful match. One of those matches, like you have, where like Daniel Bryan would go against AJ Styles or something like that, where it's just going to be a really good match and you can just sit back and enjoy it. You don't have to worry about anything else. And I think that's what this is going to be. Of course, 2 of our guys. We have matches with just our talent, our roster. The main event of the show, the very last match going on, will be for the CCW Championship. Our champion, Jake Durden, Dirty Jake Durden, who is an incredible talent, another guy that is shocking that he is not signed somewhere, how incredible of a wrestler he is, going against a guy that we've known forever and has become he changed his character about 2 years ago and has embraced it and has become a star. He's a star here, and people are taking notice elsewhere. He has a great gimmick, Jackson Crowley. So that's our main event for the CCW Championship. Billy Hills versus Hollis Giroux, Greenhouse representative Billy Hills.
Get it.
Going for the pure championship there, against Hollis, who are one of those guys that kind of fell in our lap, that just came. He was young. He didn't have like any other, he was wrestling and training in Kansas City. He didn't have a whole lot of experience. I put him in there with Davey Vega one night. He's grown. He was our second ever CCW champion. He's our first, I think, Triple Crown winner of CCW. Hollis is an all-around incredible worker. We have so they're going to have a great match. Brandon Espinoza versus Ace Hawkins. They're going to have a last man standing match. These guys have so much history, man. Like, you could go back and just watch everything. They pretty much grew up in the business together. Both are, top-notch wrestlers. I mean, just perfectionists. They just kill it. So they're going to be going. Of course, we talked about the Wire Church and Steiners. We have the women's championship with our champion Tootie Ramsey going against Ring of Honor women's champion, which I was praying that she would win it at the G1 show in Madison Square Garden for Ring of Honor, and Kelly Klein sure did that. And she's bringing the championship to CCW and defending the championship this week. So that's going to be awesome. I think I got two more matches. Of course, the Scramble, which is the first pinfall win. 9 guys in that match. Baracus, who is just a giant. He's an awesome dude. Mikey McFinnigan, always a pleasure to see Mikey. He's always entertaining. Yeah, definitely a fan favorite. Damone from House of 100 with Shannon Young and his group there of House 100. Derek By Guy King, By Guy Greater Than Great King. We know Derek for a while there, Jay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at the poster. Derek's not even on the poster, is he?
Yeah, no, I think they didn't put the Scramble match on there because there's so many guys. Because we actually have Joey O'Reilly, who was he has the potential to be the next Marco Stunt. He is very, very good. He's already been on 205 Live, WWE. He's wrestled at Evolve. I mean, he is. Yeah, he's killing it. And of course, one half of the Handicap Heroes, Gregory Iron, will be there. He's a huge fan favorite. The crowd just loves him, and a terrific guy. He's starring in a new movie called Power Bomb. It's got Adam Cole in it, Britt Baker, and just so many more guys and girls in that one that's coming out about wrestling. So that's really cool. And of course, last but not least, you've got the House of 100, Justin the Juice Smart and the LA Hustlers taking on Justin the Juice Smart and the LA Hustlers versus Dalton Anthony, Marco Stunt, and a mystery partner, which, I mean, he said it was just like a brother to him, and his brother just started wrestling. So I don't know. You take it from there and fill in the pieces.
Look, I'll go ahead and let everybody listening to the show. I'm gonna let you in on a little something.
Uh-oh.
Making my debut. I'm the mystery partner.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Coming out of retirement.
Bringing that old ECW title.
There it is.
Cleaned up, bringing it up.
Look, I meant to ask you something, and look, I thought Austin Lane was retiring like 20 years ago.
Dude, Austin retired, and I don't know if I was his first match back, but we did. So I'm sitting around with Megan a little bit, Marnie Gras, whatever you want to call her. My wife is what I call her.
Is she on the show? I'm not seeing her.
She is going to be doing the pre-show, which is going to be on Facebook Live. Her, Dwindle Nams, which is Papa Stunt, Marco and Logan's dad, Asa Gray, who's our head commentator, and the other commentator and other owner of CCW, Ken Murphy. So I'll be doing a Facebook Live for free for about an hour before the show.
I have to look at check into that.
Check into it. It'll be good, but she's going to be on that, give me her input. But we were sitting around, and I had Ricochet booked, second show we ever did. And I'm like, man, I've got to, I want to draw a crowd. I want to do this. You know, I want to, and I went through so many people. I messaged like between Will Ospreay to have that rematch here, to have all these things. I just reached out to a whole bunch of people, and Megan was like, why don't you ask Austin? I was like, you know what? I never even thought about it because, yeah, I knew he really wasn't like full-time back into it so much, but I went ahead and asked him, and of course, he wasn't going to turn down that opportunity at the time. And really, right now, one of the biggest stars in wrestling is Ricochet, and he was killing it. And him and Austin had a incredible match. And after that, Austin was I think he calls CCW his home. He loves it here. I think this is the only place that he wrestles now. I know he do occasional stuff here and there, but this is his whole promotion, and he definitely, this is Austin Lane's house for sure. Him and Brandon Bobwire and a couple other guys, Billy Hills, kind of built this place on their work. So pretty cool. Hollis as well.
No, Jason Wells built that house. No, I'm sorry. So I see we got another guy we haven't talked about yet, and another big name for anybody who has followed wrestling over the years. Legendary, one half of probably what most people think is the greatest tag team ever, the Road Warriors. You got Animal coming. Yeah. He's just coming for a meet and greet, or he actually going to get in the ring and take care of some people.
Here's the thing: you never know with Animal.
It's true.
He's not a guy that I would piss off. He is going to be at our Comic-Con every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's going to be at Comic-Con. He's also going to be doing he's going to be at the show for a meet and greet with the fans. And like I said, you never know what could happen during the show. Or he said if I need him for anything, just to let him know, and he'll be there for me. So I definitely appreciate that. But
tell him I challenge him one-on-one.
You should. Thumb wrestling. Do it.
Yeah.
He's got bad thumbs, I heard.
I've got great thumbs. Great reflexes with my thumbs.
That's why I booked it. See? No, I mean, man, it's really kind of crazy. I think we spoke about it the other day, and I know I mentioned it before, but to grow up together and to watch these guys every Monday, and we watch the pay-per-views and on all that together, and we did all that stuff, and now to see where Road Warrior Animal just sends me a Facebook message. It's like, is this real life? Is this really happening? Because you guys may have seen it, but I always thought it was fun. I always loved wrestling. There wasn't no doubt that anybody knows Jason, like, oh, he loved wrestling. That's his thing, and we would do our backyard stuff, and then I went on to actually started getting in the business with DJ Stunner and Jonathan Porterfield, and just kind of went on from there. And man, it really has made an incredible life, but I can't believe like where it is and the people's numbers that I have and talk to every day that, are on TV, and it, and CCW has come so far. It's just a wild trip, man. And it's really weird to sit back and think about that.
Now, I know for me it's pretty awesome when I sit back, and I can only imagine what it feels like for you. When I sit back and I'll check out who y'all got for whatever show you've got going on that month. And then I'll see the guys you got coming in as special talent. And then I look up on Twitter or whatnot, and like 2-3 weeks later, they've done signed with WWE or something like that. Now, like I said, for me looking out and knowing you, I think that's pretty awesome because I know you've got a lot to do with that. How awesome is it for you after you bring somebody like that in and they just turn around and go to WWE? Or Ring of Honor or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of times I kind of, either I can see it coming, I can feel it coming, or, something you can tell when something is going to happen, like wrestling wise, and knowing the business, I can tell like, man, this guy's got a lot of traction. I mean, the Ricochet thing was a no-brainer. The top guy at that time, he just had his viral match with Will Ospreay. It was being talked about with everybody. He was from Paducah, Kentucky. This is basically his area. This is his home. I brought him back here for our homecoming show, and it just took off from there. And it's pretty crazy. We had Kyle O'Reilly here. He leaves, and 2 months later, he's the NXT Tag Team Champion. Ricochet, who's the star on there. I mean, so many guys. Jeff Cobb, like we talked about him, being the Ring of Honor television champion. It's a surreal thing to know these people, talk to them, be cool with them. They come work for your show. Matt Hardy is a perfect example. I know I told a couple people the story, but when Matt was here, the WWE actually sent me his blood work so he could get his license. He asked me to kind of keep it quiet, don't let anybody know, and stuff like that. And Matt was very appreciative that I didn't I didn't spill anything beans for him, which I doubt anybody was going to listen to me. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, right, sure." But to see him and being there live at WrestleMania when he re-debuted with Jeff was insane and really, really cool. But to be honest with you, all these big names, they help bring in the crowds for certain shows. Like I know a lot of people are coming to see the Steiners or to see SCU or to see Kelly Klein this weekend. But we're going to get a lot of those fans that come back because they fell in love with Jackson Crowley, with Marco Stunt, with Billy Hills. They fell in love with the House 100 guys, all of them from top to bottom. I mean, our roster, like you were saying before, from SB and Ace to top to bottom, every guy that's going to be there on that card, it's a testament to what they've done and how good they are. You can have, this, we follow football and, you can have the best running back, and you could have Barry Sanders, probably the greatest of all time. But if you have play callers that just run them up the middle all the time, is he going to be Barry Sanders? No, he's not going to have that. He's going to be Barry Sanders, but he's not going to be the Hall of Famer Barry Sanders until he could hop to the outside and break one free and take it to the house. That's Barry. So that's kind of like how it is here. I feel like we have a roster full of stars. I just have to put them in the right positions to succeed. And luckily for me, it's worked out pretty well so far. As I'm super proud of the company that we built.
Now, the few times I have shown up, the electricity around there is pretty awesome. And yeah, there's always that huge pop for you got the Steiners coming in. The Steiners are going to get a huge pop, but the regular guys that you have in there, it's the pop they get, and just you can tell that they've got a connection with everybody in there. That's something that's you just can't do overnight. And if you're not if you're not putting the right people in the right places, it's not going to happen. You got to have the right people who's willing to work, and the fans see that. And like I said, the following that y'all have is pretty special. And
yeah.
So
no, I'm not gonna lie. I say it every time I do. I used to do Facebook Live a lot, and I've kind of toned that back because we have other guys that are out in front talking a little bit more, and that's perfectly fine with me. Occasionally I'll jump on there, but I say it every time that I'm allowed to get on there about how, to me, we have the best, most loyal fans in independent wrestling. I'm sure every organization can say what they want, but I'll put our fans against anybody. We have 200 to 300 fans to 400 fans every show we run, and they come out, they support, they cheer, they buy the merch from the guys, because independent wrestlers, they don't get paid that much. Breaking news, boom, 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 boom. They don't really get paid that much to do what they do and to sacrifice what they do. So when they're selling their T-shirts or their stickers or the pins, go out and support those guys. Because that's how they really, make a little bit of extra money to make it worth it. So, like I said, I'm just super proud of everything, man, and it's come a long way from, trampolines and trailers and all that other fun stuff we did.
Yeah, I've got a great following, and like I said, anybody who thinks they can match up with what y'all got going on, I highly doubt that they can, and deep down, I think they know they can't. We got about 2 minutes left. You keep talking. You got a big weekend, and it is the Super Show, and of course, you got to have everything else going on. What all do y'all have going on this weekend that's connected with the Super Show, and what all can everybody do to be involved with it, be at the show, and everything else y'all have going on?
Yeah, I mean, you could, we have Cape Comic-Con all from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week. You can come out at the Osage Center there in Cape Girardeau. The Power Rangers are going to be there. How cool is that? That's the first time I got to book somebody outside of wrestling. I booked the Power Rangers to come in, and I was super proud of myself for that. But I thought it was great. So they're going to be there. of course, Road Warrior Animal, SCU, all of them are going to be at Comic-Con signing autographs. We have such a busy week. We have the Super Show. We are going to be live on Fight TV. If you can't make it to the actual show, our show is only $9.95, and you can sign up at Fight TV, be a new subscriber, watch it. There's replays all, unlimited. And then, of course, the Super Show, we got Facebook Live that we're going to do like at 5:30 Central Standard Time, or 5 to 5:30. We're going to do CCW Live, and then we start on Fight TV at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then after it, we have the Aftermath Conference at Comic-Con Sunday. So super busy weekend. And I forgot to mention that Matt Stryker is going to be calling the action. To me, the best play-by-play man in wrestling. I know a lot of people say Michael Cole and all this other, and Corey Graves. Matt Stryker is number one in my book, and he gets to call the show. I'm super honored to have him there.
All right, well, go check it out. CCW Super Show. As always, smile, bitches.
And now, this week's Top 5. She's holding out for a hero. At number 5, it's Bonnie Tyler. At 4, he's a small-town boy, Jimmy Somerville. Set her free, why don't you, babe? Kim Wells at number 3. At 2, Don't You Want Me? It's the Human League. And in like a bullet at number 1, Forever Young Festival. 26 of the biggest 80s bands in the world are coming to Ireland this summer. Forever Young Festival, July 5th to 7th, Palmerstown House Estate, Nace. Grab your tickets now at foreveryoungfestival.ie.
That's Cinematic. In 67 family-owned Experts electrical stores, this is too. Samsung's flagship QLED Q90R TVs deliver the ultimate 4K experience. Genuine cinematic color made from over 1 billion shades. Ask your local expert about the new Samsung QLED range or visit expert.ie today. Bring this blockbuster home.